Hey, I'm Jen Thoden with YourColorStyle.com. The other day, I received a message and a question from a viewer, and she was talking about how she can sort of tame her personality in her look because she feels that it makes other people uncomfortable. She used the word flamboyant to describe her personality, and she has very bright hair. She wears bright clothes. She loves wearing her bright colors, and she has a very extroverted personality. And the words that she used were, how can I tone this down because it makes other people uncomfortable and it tends to put people off. So this really, really concerns me. And I just wanted just to say, no, 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 no. Because what you're really saying to yourself is that I'm too outgoing, or I'm too loud, or I'm too much of whatever. And you're trying to somehow change that or adjust it to make other people happy. I can tell you from personal experience that it doesn't work. I don't know if you've noticed following all my videos, but I am a very and can be a very loud person. I am known for my laugh. It is very loud. You can hear it miles away across a building when I start to get going. Because I love to laugh and I am a loud person. I come from a very loud family. We all start to shout in a room and people think we're fighting, but we're actually just having a chat. And it's just who I am. At one point in my career, I had worked for a corporate environment, and in that environment, companies tend to sometimes hire sort of similar people because they have a certain culture. And that's, I have no real judgment about that. But the thing is that, when I first had started working there, I tried to tame my personality. I dressed a certain way. I kind of dressed down and very conservative and try to be very calm and quiet and thoughtful. And the reality is that my true colors eventually shine through, and it actually did put people off, and that just wasn't the place for me, and I eventually left. Now I have my business and I can be whomever I want. And I still do it sometimes to myself. I sometimes still try to somehow self-check on video or take someone's criticism personally, and I have to sort of be aware of why that's bothering me, and realize that we are who we are. And the last thing that I want for you is to look to me to somehow tame your look or your personality so that it makes other people happy. So I don't want to talk about how to tone things down for you, because quite frankly, if you really wanted to tone down your look, you just simply wouldn't wear the colors that you absolutely love and brighten you up. And I think that's just going to make you really off and not feel very good about yourself. So I'd like to take this a different direction in this video to answer and to respond to this viewer. So a lot of times what we do is we say things like, I'm too something. I'm too loud, I'm too extroverted, I'm too introverted, I'm too shy. And the thing is that you're not. You are exactly who you are and who you are supposed to be. What you bring to the table and what you bring to a group is a gift. And sometimes maybe it is off balance. Maybe everyone in a room is very quiet and studious, and you come in with your extroverted flamboyance, and maybe it isn't welcome in that moment. But I assure you that your personality, whatever it is a gift and a contribution to whoever wants to receive it. And the people that don't, you can't change the way that they think. And I don't want you to change who you are and what you are naturally to suit that person. Okay? So I want us to reframe our self-talk. Instead of saying things like, well, I'm pretty loud and obnoxious, or, I'm too quiet and shy. Maybe the words are, that I am energetic and full of passion, right? Or I'm thoughtful and considerate. And how can you reframe the way that you describe yourself and the way that you define yourself in a more positive light? Because the way that you define yourself internally is how people are going to start to define you externally. So if you define yourself as loud and obnoxious, well, then that's how people are going to start to see you, which is a negative term. We don't want that. But if you are full of energy and enthusiasm, that's how people are going to see it. They're not always going to welcome it, but that's okay because this is who you are. So practice changing those words that you use for yourself into something else, into something that's positive and constructive and really helps you feel good about your personality and style. Okay? The second thing I want you to consider is that you cannot change how people think, no matter what you do. So if you decided that your personality and your style is too loud for the group and too full of energy, and you change it and you wear all black, or you wear navy, or you don't wear your colors around those people, or you don't wear makeup, or you color your hair to tone it down, the reality is that they'll find something else they don't like about you. You can't actually change the way people think about you. You can't. I've been in front of a video camera now for over 10 years, and I can tell you that no matter what you do or say, people are going to make an assumption, they're going to have an opinion, and you are not going to have control over how they think. Even if they're nicer to you in person, they are still thinking things you have no idea and you will not be able to control. So let it go. It is not your job to make them happy. It is not your job to somehow make them like you more. They either are or they aren't, or somewhere in between, and that is up to them. And if they don't like you, or something you do kind of makes them uncomfortable, I mean, without the obvious things like insulting them or something, it's not your fault. It's their problem that they have some kind of discomfort with your energy in the room. So they can leave. They can easily just not be a part of that group. And number 3, stop trying to be someone that you're not. So if you are someone that is naturally someone who is, quiet and thoughtful, then trying to be someone you're not is going to feel completely wrong. Trying to seem extroverted, trying to be over energetic when it's not you naturally is just that's going to be off-putting. And someone who's naturally full of energy and enthusiasm, and you're trying to be more like someone else so that you can be seen like as part of the group, and you're trying to be, quiet or more reserved, it's going to stress you out in the end, and it's not going to feel natural. So why do that to yourself? Just be who you are. Self-awareness of how you impact other people is obviously really important. I mean, we're all human beings and we all have to learn how to communicate and get along and connect with each other. But the reality is that if you genuinely believe that you are just being true to yourself and that you're a good person and a nice person and you're not being rude or something like that, and another person is uncomfortable with that level of energy, then maybe they just don't need to be around. I encourage you to be true to you and to not worry so much about what other people might think, because sometimes our perceptions are wrong. We assume someone doesn't like us, or we assume there's a negative opinion, and it turns out that's really not the case either. So be the best version of you. Connect with people, be thoughtful, be mindful, but don't change who you are just because someone else doesn't like it. That's their problem, not yours. If you want to learn more about being comfortable in your own skin and learning about your own personal style, check out the Color Style Club. There's a link in the description that's below this video, And I think that if you're looking to really embrace your personal style, learn how to be comfortable in your own skin, gain that confidence so you can be your true self, there is a lot inside the Style Club, along with a Facebook community that is supportive and will help you grow into the best person, the best version of yourself. Thanks for watching.